From Part 2 of The Second Sex. By Simone de Beauvoir, 1949. On the master-slave relation. Certain passages in the argument employed by Hegel in defining the relation of master to slave apply much better to the relation of man to woman. The advantage of the master, he says, comes from his affirmation of spirit as against life through the fact that he risks his own life, but in fact the conquered slave has known this same risk. Whereas woman is basically an existent who gives life and does not risk her life, between her and the male there has been no combat. Hegel's definition would seem to apply especially well to her. He says, that other consciousness is the dependent consciousness for whom the essential reality is the animal type of life, that is to say, a mode of living bestowed by another entity. But this relation is to be distinguished from the relation of subjugation because woman also aspires to and recognizes the values that are concretely attained by the male. He it is who opens up the future to which she also reaches out. In truth, women have never set up female values in opposition to male values. It is man who, desirous of maintaining masculine prerogatives, has invented that divergence. Men have presumed to create a feminine domain, the kingdom of life, of immanence, only in order to lock up women therein. But it is regardless of sex that the existent seeks self-justification through transcendence. The very submission of women is proof of that statement. What they demand today is to be recognized as existence by the same right as men and not to subordinate existence to life, the human being to its animality. An existentialist perspective has enabled us, then, to understand how the biological and economic condition of the primitive horde must have led to male supremacy. The female, to a greater extent than the male, is the prey of the species, and the human race has always sought to escape its specific destiny. The support of life became for man an activity and a project through the invention of the tool, but in maternity woman remained closely bound to her body, like an animal. It is because humanity calls itself in question in the matter of living, that is to say, values the reasons for living above mere life, that, confronting woman, man assumes mastery. Man's design is not to repeat himself in time, it is to take control of the instant and mold the future. It is male activity that in creating values has made of existence itself a value. This activity has prevailed over the confused forces of life, it has subdued nature and woman. We must now see how this situation has been perpetuated and how it has evolved through the ages. What place has humanity made for this portion of itself which, while included within it, is defined as the other? What rights have been conceded to it? How have men defined it? End of chapter.